back to the show.
What's going on, you hipster nation? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into this video. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, and if you don't care, share the video with your friend. Stay in your lane or crash the damn thing. Here we go.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? So before we get started, just like to say thank you for showing up. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is your boy Ray. This is Ray's Motor Life. So if you haven't figured out, we do have memberships now. You can join $4.99 a month. Or you can do the super chats, super thanks. Please go watch out the videos. Don't just check out one video or live stream, please. Make sure you go and check out the, the whole channel. I would appreciate it. And I forgot to go vertical. I was going to do a vertical and I didn't realize I had to change it at that time. Man, oh man, I messed up. So maybe I could do that. I doubt it, but you'd have to go back out to studio and all that stuff. I don't know. So how's everybody's Monday? Monday. This is lunch break. I just figured I'd take a break. I am just chilling out at the house today. Kids are working, one's in school, college. So the one that's working actually has spring break. So I'm actually home with the animals. And let me jump over here on Facebook. I think I got to go over there, and because I'm streaming over there too, guys. I want to go over and make sure the every time I do that, I have to go in and do the privacy, edit privacy, and see it says friends only. I go to public, hit done, change. Yes, I want to change it to that. So now people can actually comment. So it's kind of weird how Facebook is a weird program. What's up, Buck? Seeing even Harley fanboys ain't perfect. No, I'm far from perfect. But I'm not a fanboy. There's the difference. I'm actually just a boy. I want to be a real boy. Actually, no, I was going to do the, I hope you can hear me. I was actually going to do the vertical because it does draw in more people. And I was like, I went into StreamYard and I was like, this ain't my StreamYard. You know what I mean? This is John's. So I had to figure out how to get back into my StreamYard and get out of John's. So, because he made me a member for Wednesday night, I got to run his show, which is fine. But the thing is, audio is great. Okay, thanks. I try not to mess with it much. I really like, what's up, Squid Monster? What is, man, long time no see, brother. I mean, long time. I hope you're doing well. If you guys don't know who this feller is, please go and follow him. Also on YouTube, he's kind of still trying to get, he's such a busy guy person, man. I mean, he does do Instagram, so please go follow him. But yeah, I mean, I was just chilling out, man, and I was like, dude, I'm sitting here. You can't watch the news. Yes, I do political talk, but I don't just sit and watch the news because every story is just every hour is the same story they just told the hour before. Oh, breaking, this and that. Oh, next hour. Oh, breaking, It's the same stuff. You get the first thing you see in the morning. If you're a news guy, which I am, I watch news, but if you're a news guy, you want to watch like 10, 15 different news channels or something, skip through them, kind of see what channel's saying things. I'm not trying to get on politics. I'm just saying the news, guys. Just all the news ain't just politics. News is news. But if you're really familiar with it, if you watch 1 hour or one segment of it, you've watched that whole news channel for the whole day. You've seen it all. Every story that's going to come out because they always do breaking or alert, breaking now or alert, and every hour, and it's the same story. So unless there's really something breaking new, man, it's the same. You can watch it early in the morning. You've watched it all day long. That's all you're ever going to see. So turn it, go watch something different. That's the way I see it. That's the way it works, and that's the way they do. They think they have to put alert or breaking or all this every story they do. Usually, if you really watch it like I do, you'll see that like every every hour, you got a different person telling the news, or a couple people come in, different segments and different, anchors. And here's the thing. There ain't but like maybe 4 stories, 5 stories in that whole hour at tops. And it's the same stories. And they talk about it for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes each. They get 2-3 minutes on each one. What's up, Picky Biker? What's going on, mate? Yes, what is up? What is keeping your finger on the pulse helps you? Okay, what BS? And yeah, it is. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody thinks every time I go live, it's just political talk. It's not, man. I'm just sitting here hanging out, dude. Like, that's just what I'm doing. I'm hanging out. It's lunch hour. Like I said, one kid's in college, the other one's at work because she had spring break, and hopefully she works all week because, it kind of helps with the paycheck for her because she's saving her money for a car. And, it's when you're 16 and you're only getting 2 days a week, it's hard to say. I mean, she saves every dime, but, if you're making $100 or less every week, that ain't getting you nowhere, So, I mean, it is what it is. She's young, but she's been saving all her money. We bought her one of those boxes that it's a metal box. You can't break. It has no entry. It's got a little slit in it. She drops all her money down in it. And then if, she gets to the point she wants it, we actually have to cut the box or bust the box with a sledgehammer or something like that. So, and it's metal and they're pretty neat. You can order them off Amazon for like $10 or something. And, your kids will not get into it. I promise you, because it took a sledgehammer for me to break the last one for my other kid. She saved over like $7,000 or $8,000 and got her first car. And she kept putting her money in that box and she couldn't touch it. And you can't get it out unless you bust it. And it's metal, man. They're pretty neat. Just look up unbreakable piggy banks or something on Amazon or something. I don't know what they're called. And you can get them, man. And they just got a little slit in it. And, but it's pretty neat. No, I was just hanging out. I thought, man, I'll go live. Yes, if you guys didn't know, I'm not in the kitchen anymore. I don't have that back door there. I'm actually in the bedroom. I cleared out a spot, decided to move some things around, I put an office table. It's actually a desk, not office table. It's a desk. I have a little desk went and got a desk. And it's got a couple little shelves over here, but I got my laptop, got my camera over here, over here. Got a window right there. Got a light right there. Got my mic over here. I wished I had a little bit more room, but my bedroom's like not a monster, bedroom. It's just a regular bedroom. Now some people's houses may have some people's houses may have a bedroom that's got, big enough to put a couch and bed and all that. I don't live like that. What's up, Jamin? I don't have that kind of stuff. I don't have those kind of homes. So I have a small house and I do, I make do with what I got. So, and that's fine with me. It's really, what's on the outside that matters because we do a lot of activities outside and we're outside a lot, either riding the bikes or we're, the parks or camping or kayaking, canoeing, things like that. So, just having fun. That's what you do when you have kids. You have fun. You raise them to do, nice things. Why? So they'll teach their kids to go and live outside and have fun and things like that. Because I didn't want, just a repeating, recycling, just kids always on the phone. Yes, they have phones, but we didn't buy our kids phones until they were like 14, I think. I didn't think that they needed it, to tell you the truth. I didn't want them to have it. I didn't want them getting, all that crap soaked in their brain at that time, So that's why I didn't do that. Let's see here. What am I trying to do? Okay, paste. Yeah, but it was the simple thing to do. Just not buy them a phone and make sure that, they did not get on it and they stayed off of it as much as they could and not raise them on electronics. Now, yes, when they were growing up, did they have like They had games. They didn't have tablets. There was a time or two that we never really got into the tablet thing in video games. For some reason, we just didn't care for stuff like that. We didn't sit around and play Lego or, Candy Crush, all that stuff. We didn't do none of that. We were always doing something. So it was like really no big deal. Now, when they got a certain age, they wasn't like real bad for here. Let me have your phone. Like if we go to the doctor's office or somewhere like that, we didn't give them our phones. They didn't sit on our phones and play like the kids do now. We didn't do that. We didn't allow them to do it. I mean, they never asked. So if you never give it to them, they never ask. So you don't have to worry about that. So, but yeah, I was going to go vertical. It does draw in more people. And like I said, it messed up. I was going to do the thingamajigger. And let's see here. I was going to show something. Maybe he'll pop in. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Okay, YouTube. Okay, let's just go over here and see what we're going into right now. Okay. Well, my internet may be just a tad bit slow. View my channel. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Videos. Let's see. Yeah, let's go down here too. Okay, let's go down here. Mute that. Okay, let's go right here. Okay, look here, guys. We are going through Big South Fork. No, it doesn't. It drives them away, right? Oh, the vertical? Or you mean because you can't watch it on your? What are you talking about, Jamie? When you do the vertical, you're because I remember you saying something. Yes, the camera was shaky, man. The bike was actually the front end was shaky. I just wanted to show a little bit. Now this is my own video, so maybe they won't hit me on copyright of myself. Yeah, the vertical. Okay. So, we got some fantastic curves. This is going to Big South Fork, to the park. Well, just one of the parks. See, I was trying to fix that camera. See my finger? Because it was shaking all over the place. I had a mount set up, and it's weird because, see, I started showing a video and like 4 people have dropped off. I guess people don't like watching, stuff like this. And that's fine. I mean, you don't have to. You're not forced to sit here. Like I said, it's up to you whether you want to come out and watch. Like I said, maybe they won't hit me. Let's see. Let's just go through there. Man, this is like completely nothing but woods. It's awesome. It's actually called Big South National Forest. It's a forest. See, I have that problem too. Frogzilla thinks he's the only one, but this is a GoPro 8, and I think it's still shaky bad. So let's see. I know there was another one I was going to show. That one was, let's see, that was a good one. So, that's a walk through the prison. There is a good riding video. Let's see, or that. Here, why don't we show this in a few minutes? Okay, so look, I am actually going through the park. This is Pickett State Park. This is another park. This isn't the one I was just going to. This is where we go canoeing and kayaking and all that stuff. Pretty beautiful park. We used to have family unions down here in the 80s. This is where my mother's side of the family's from, so we would do that, and it's really just a beautiful place. If you've ever been on one of these swinging bridges, they're pretty neat. This isn't a long video, but like I said, I'll just show it, for a few minutes. And but anyways, you see how these people this bend goes all the way around. This water goes all the way around. It's like it takes over an hour to really, because you can go down here to where that little building is down there, and there's a beach area right there. You can swim. You can go down that little building, and you can rent these canoes and stuff like that, and kayaks. You can rent canoes and kayaks. See that beach area right there? Yeah. So you can go down there and you can rent, at the main office and stuff. And you go, it's like $3 an hour or something. And it takes maybe an hour and 10 minutes to go around this whole thing if you're just just paddling like they are. And it's really fun. A lot of people go down through here and they fish off of it. They fish out of the canoes. This is in Tennessee, over here in Fentress County. It's called Big South Fork, or this place is called Pickett State Park. This in here is called Pickett State Park. They got some awesome trails that you can, hike, and they got cabins you can rent. And it's actually right next to Big South Fork Park National Forest. So it's just such a beautiful area. And the riding, man, is just, dude, it's the motorcycle riding, the curves, the switchbacks. I can tell you, it's a lot better than the Dragon, and it's a lot better. And you got to know. Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, you got to know where you're doing, man. These curves will come up on you quick, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think, "Oh, we can ride." They come over here and they ride, or they come into East Tennessee. Next thing they know, they're off the road, because, as you can see right here, they're just. I mean, it's crazy. It is completely just mountains and woods. And anybody that's been through East Tennessee, you know what I mean. I mean, going through the Dragon or any of that stuff, it's really dangerous if you're not, if you haven't got any kind of skills. I would say go test your skills somewhere lightly before coming to the Dragon or anywhere in East Tennessee, because it is dangerous. So, but it's nice. It's just a nice little thing to do. You can go up and go walk, go hiking, kayaking, canoeing, all that kind of stuff. So I just thought it was pretty neat. I thought I might show you guys some of that today, just, blah, 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 stuff like that. So I was bored and I wanted to go live. So let's jump over here. I know, what's his name? Matt Gates is going to he went over to what's his name's place. What was that place? What's funny is the amount of idiot truck drivers. Okay, I keep forgetting I can pop you up like that. Okay, what's funny is the amount of idiot truck drivers. I keep trying to take US 129, even with the big old warning signs. I'm telling you, man, people don't listen, do they? I mean, they don't want to listen. They just don't. I mean, but I think I live in a good place. I do like the way. I mean, like my area, my county is the roads and stuff here is really great. What are you doing, sleeping, girl? Yeah, she's in my lap, so she's just snoozing. So I don't know. I think that like you said, even the truck drivers, man, I don't know if it's because they're new. You would think some of the older ones, they would really know what routes to take, which ones to go. And it's like that with even just traveling in a car. Like there's certain places, if you're not familiar with, or don't, like people get on the interstate in Florida or anywhere, like 75 going through Atlanta and stuff, man. It's so crazy. And if you're not at least doing, I'd say 100 mile an hour when you get on the on-ramp there and to get on the interstate, man, you're going to get mashed. Them people, they fly. And city folk, or whatever you're going to call them, they drive completely different from country folk. Country folk drive like they're on beach time sometimes. You know what I mean? Like Sunday drives. Like you get behind somebody, man, like I know this dude's out Sunday riding. You know what I mean? He's just driving, And then you get in a city and everybody's like, they're in a hurry to get really? Like, why are you in a hurry to get, but they just live a faster paced life. It's like more fast going. It's just because I've lived in a city. I've lived in many cities. So it's just, even living down there by Atlanta, it's just, everything is just fast paced, but when you live like where I live in the mountains, and then or you live, on the beach, it's like everything. It seems like you don't want to rush. You just want to, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the ride or whatever. But when they do come over that mountain over there, like I was listening to the radio or to the TV here about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month, and they said, hey, we got like 12 miles fixed back on I-40 over there, where Tennessee's going into North Carolina, where all that flooding and that hurricane tore the interstate off the side of the mountain there. They ain't got it all fixed, but they do. They said they do have so many miles of it back, and they were showing some video of how they were spraying that concrete out on that mountainside, and so they could build that road on top. It was just wild to watch because, man, it is completely. That place still needs help, man. I mean, I'm telling you, that place over there needs some help. Them people, it's just like Florida when a hurricane hits. You'll see it in the news for like a week, and then it's gone. Hey, that don't mean things got fixed. Those people are still in trouble. Those people are still sitting there and needing help. They still got debris laying in the streets piled up. They can't get clean, He says, let's see, old Buck says, the old school driver like me knows we try to tell the newbies that are coming into the industry. Okay. But they don't want to listen. No, they never do. It's always, it's their ego. It's like they come out of school and they think they know it. Yeah, I mean, they think they just come out, you know what I mean? And what's up, American Uncensored? How you doing? Yeah, it's like they just come right out of school and say, hey, we don't need you guys telling us showing us the ropes or none of that. We learned we did 6 weeks in driving school or whatever it takes, but also it's funny. And I think that goes for any kind of industry, work or whatever, people go in and learn a trade and come out, and not everybody, but some people think they're automatically, they know everything about it. They're, blah, blah, blah. And that's just like mechanics or welding or anything like that. They think, oh, I did it. I did school, so I'm the best, or I can do this. And it's funny because when you try to tell somebody something, and that's what I always think, well, maybe they're the type of people that has to learn. They have to experience it for themselves, and they'll learn once they hit a roadblock, and they can't do it no further. Or once someone says, "Hey, don't go that way, this way," you'll learn. You're gonna, and then they're like, he don't know what he's talking about. Says I can go that way, and then when they do and they're stuck and they can't turn around or they can't do this or that, they're like, well, some people are better off just letting them make that mistake. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think some people are just better off if you just sit back and let them do it. Even back in South Georgia at my place, we're still recovering. See, I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean, it's not crazy. It's just, it's like everybody forgot, it's like nobody even talks about it, except every once in a while on social media. If you find a certain page, hey, stop by sometime again, man. You're always, I know you're a working person, man. I know you're busy all the time. I know all that, man. But I just want to say it was good to see you. You guys go follow this man on YouTube and Instagram, guys. So it was good seeing you. Yeah. I mean, what's up, Ben? But here's the thing, though. If you let those people make a mistake, I mean, like I said, a lot of people, that's the only way they can learn. Okay. We'll make a point. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. I'll drop his link down in the description when I end this live later on. I'll have it down in the description. You people can, anybody wants to go follow him and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's the simple facts that some people just, they're hard-headed, they're stubborn, they don't want to learn, they're not willing to accept help. I mean, that's truthfully what it is. They're not willing to accept any help. I'm not that kind of person. If I need help and I know it, I don't like to ask for it. Don't get me wrong. I do not like to ask for it, but I will if it's something that important. Look here, I just go to my man right here under my channel, Squid Monster 43. Okay, I'll copy the link real quick. I'll go over here, go into my live. Here we go. Oh, look there, Frogzilla. You already did it, didn't you? All right, buddy. So I didn't even see you. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, Frog. So that's the link to that one. Let's see. Let me go back over here to his channel again. And if you're not familiar with any of this, okay. Well, that's retarded. Why didn't it do that? It won't even let me copy the other link. Anyways, I'll put his other social media link down in the Instagram. So thank you, Frog. Hope you're having a good day, bud. Like I said, it's lunchtime. I think I don't know, just sitting here and I got bored and I thought, why not go live? I'm not doing anything today. Like I said, I'm sitting here at home and got a few things I have to take care of, but I guess they can wait because I need my truck. And I don't know about you guys, but I did allow my daughter to take the truck to work, trying to let her drive it as much as she can, get used to it. I allowed my other daughter to drive it to school and to do, to go to work and save her money and stuff. So I thought it would only be fair to let my younger one do it. And, you can't favor kids. So you have to let them, you have to treat them, equal. So I get to sit here, which I've got right. I've got a car sitting out there and I got one motorcycle. The other motorcycle is in the shop and I'm just waiting for him to call me, man. Just say, hey, come down, because he had like a couple in front of mine. He's like, just bring it on down. The other day, he was like, just bring it on down. And that way, as soon as I get done with these two, we'll just pop it up there. And then, I'll make sure I get the O2 sensors right. I can order. And then I did find he did have a tab 2-in-1 exhaust there already. We're going to see if it fits. If it does, I'm going to get it a little cheaper than what I was going to order. If not, then I will probably just order the S&S, the Vance & Hines or something, S&S, the 2-in-1 or something like that, I think. Yeah, I want a 2-in-1. I prefer to just do the 2-in-1 and go ahead and delete the pipe on the left side. Like I said, it ain't no big deal. Usually when summertime gets here or better weather, I don't really need my truck unless I'm doing a project, Okay, let's see. I'm surprised he's up. Oh, you talking about Frog? What? Why ain't you fixing on it? Okay, why am I not fixing on it? Working on it? Well, I'll tell you the truth, Jamin. I'm not scared to admit it. I got a 20-piece socket set. That's all I got. I don't have tools. I never was like that kind of guy that collected tools and kept tools. Never had a father in the house to teach me how to, collect tools and always have stuff like that. I don't have a garage anyways, and I know that's not an excuse, but I could probably do it. I would have to sit here and do it in my yard and it's still cold on my mountain. But truthfully, I don't know when it comes to a lot of that stuff. I know basic stuff, but basically I don't have the tools. I'm sure I could figure it out. It might take me a couple of days, but I'm just not mechanically inclined, when it comes. I can change the oil. I do change the oils and all that. I can take off certain things and put back on things, but, taking the exhaust off, if I had the right set of tools and all that, I don't think, if I had maybe a lift or something, I don't think it'd be a problem. I mean, I don't care to work on the ground. I'm old and my back don't like it. And hey, when you can pay somebody, just, pay it where it's done right. And I know if I do it, it'll be done right, but it just, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So it's pretty here. I know somebody was saying something about rain a minute ago, but it is actually very sunny here in East Tennessee, and it's really, well, 57 degrees, so that's not bad today. 63 tomorrow. This coming weekend is going to be 70 and 73, so I think that'll be nice when we get some good weather like that. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, not even an hour's work to take the exhaust off, put new exhaust on. So what's that, like an hour, a pay? So I'm going to pay like $80 because my mechanic charges about $80 an hour. So what's up, Evil Rick? I know Harley usually charges 100, 120. Maybe they went up. I don't know. I don't fool with them when it comes to working like that unless I have to. So I also think that their prices are so ridiculous. You can't. How do you even supposed to pay the payment and then have them to change your oil for $500 or 400? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Here, yeah, let's do an oil change. Well, when you get the bill, it's like, what did I do? Just make another payment? I mean, it's insane. It's completely unnecessary. I've seen people $400 something to get, and they say, well, it's for, we check all the bolts, tighten all the stuff up, all that. Oh, I can do that. All you got on a motorcycle is what, 3 different bolts? You got 1 bolt and a couple of T27s, T25s, stuff like that. That's simple. We all have like a little set of those, and I always make sure my stuff is tightened up anyways. But they're like, yeah, well, we go through the bike. No, you don't. How many of you actually see them actually going through the bike and making sure everything's nice and neat and tight, and I've never seen them do that on an oil change in a 500-mile or 1,000-mile service, or they call it a service, whatever thing. But I think it's funny and they get away with it. They get away with it, and it's ridiculous. If it's older than 10 years, yep, they will not work on it at all. Yep. That's why I don't like the dealerships also, Frog, is because I'll tell you why. Not just that. This is why I don't like corporate buying all the dealerships out, because some of those old mom and pops, every once in a while you can find a dealer that will, they'll actually work on something a little older, but it can't be like the big organization, Harley, whatever. So it's most diesel shops are 200 plus. Yeah, I don't think, and once you pay it, here's the thing. Here's the bad thing about our economy. It doesn't matter if prices go down, inflation goes down. Once a company realizes that you're willing to pay a certain price, why would they go down? Really, just because inflation and stuff. Why would they want to go down when they say, okay, if he'll pay, like you said, $200 per hour, why? Okay, and say all the inflation, everything goes down, cost of living, the houses, everything goes down. Why would they go back down to 150 or 120 or whatever? Just say, for example, if that's what they were doing, if that's what they were charging, a while back, why would they go back to that? It doesn't make sense. They wouldn't, that's the thing, like if it was me and I'm charging $50 a hat, because a lot of people do. I don't. I only charge 27. I just mailed out 5 the other day. Guy ordered 5. Here's the thing. Say if I charge $50 a hat and you pay it because, my materials went up. All this stuff has went up. Say inflation stuff goes down. Would it make sense for me to go back to $27 a hat? $30 a hat when you're willing to pay 50? Nope. That just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Like, wait a minute, why would I cut my own profit? So, but that's what's up, John. That's what I'm talking about. It's easily done. I sent you an email too, by the way. No, even Rick wasn't ignoring you. Okay, yeah, Jamin's working. I think, man, this man's a worker. You know, yeah, they robbed me. See, the first time I had to do the first, second, yep, two, then, yep, I do them. Now I got 14K on it. It goes fast. Yeah, I mean, that's Jamin, buddy. I mean, that's like a whole nother payment. It's like, man, you know, $500 for an oil change. Come on, man. And I know you. I've met you. Dude, I know you can change. I know what kind of work you do. I know you're a hard worker man. You know how to change oil. And then they want to say, oh, it messes with your warranty and all this if you don't come to us and let us do the first 500 mile and then the first 1,000. Bull crap. You can fight that, you know. And now that I know they changed a lot of rules saying that you can, because they said you can't modify the bike with certain things. And if you use their parts or whatever, you know, there was some breaking news a minute ago about Trump. I was talking to some people moments ago saying many people didn't come to work. They didn't want to come to work. They didn't want to come in work. I wish they'd hurry up and get that negotiation done, though. I think it would be a lot better. But I think once you walk into a Harley, here's the thing, in my opinion, when you go, say, you come to Tennessee and you go in, you're visiting from Indiana, wherever you're from, you know, say you're from India, say, look, I'm not going to name names, but let's just say you're from Indiana or Ohio, or wherever, you know, you come to Tennessee and you say, hey, I want to go to the dealership, you know, I want to check out the Harley dealer. So you go in there and you look at it, man, it looks just like the one at home. You know what I mean? Like, what? Wait. Then you're going to leave and say, okay, now, why would I stop at every other Harley dealer on my way back or whatever if they're all going to look the same and it's all the same clothes, same material, same boots, same designs? How, you know, that's the fun part if you're actually a Harley fan. That's the fun part of when you travel is to stop sometimes and get you a little poker chip or a t-shirt and kind of see, you know, the little difference of how, because I know here in Tennessee, we have different dealerships and they're not corporate. They're not the same design. They're not designed. And a lot of them will do themes and different things of like the background of like where we live, like the country and the Appalachian moonshine, you know, different things. And it's fun to see that kind of stuff. But when corporate is going to buy them all out eventually, and they all want cookie cutters like they build houses, and then you go into a Harley that's just a cookie cutter, I think they're going to lose a lot of business because I can tell you a lot of their stuff comes from clothing and you know, apparel and stuff. A lot of their money is made from apparel and stuff. And it's simple economics, dude. When you lose people and they say, well, if you've been to one, you've been to all. How many of us have been to somewhere? Honestly, like, how many of us have been somewhere where it's like, you've been to one, you've been to all, you know, why would I want to go to that? I went to one. They're all the same. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would you want to go and stop at all these dealerships if there's nothing different? And that's like politics. Why would you want to, you know, meet one or discuss one or, you know, or watch one channel because they're all telling, you know, it's all lies. It's all to just get you. Keep saying he's getting rid of the fat, but I ain't lost no weight. I'm still fat. If you're going to trim the fat, start with me. I'm a fat dude. No, I'm 6'2", 240. Yeah, I'm kind of big, but that's all right. Like I said, it was funny. Anyway, setting this room up, that's what I was trying to do. Let everybody know, hey, you know, I moved my studio. I'm not a studio. My you know, my videos, my laptops, my microphones, all this stuff I actually got. I got everything. And yeah, you see back there who's on the wall. Oh, Bob Marley. Yes, Rastaman chat. So, you know, and then you see I got Make America Great Again right here. So if you don't, a lot of people come in and see that and they're like, oh, I can't even go in and watch that video. That guy's a, you know, he's scary because he's got a MAGA hat, you know. like if you seen all my other hats, you would probably run scared. But I like little signs, and this is the painting or the original artwork I won off the internet. Pretty good. It says Gaddy's Garage, the art of one, but it's on her bathing suit. She's pulling out of her butt. It says Chopper's Rule. It's awesome. I framed it. It didn't come framed. It came just the artwork, and I framed it so it wouldn't get, but yeah, man, I got to get out of the kitchen. And it's not that I didn't like being in the kitchen. I just, wife and the kids go in there and they want to cook and eat. And every time I'm in there on the live stream or they're like, tiptoe. I don't want that in my house, man. I don't like that feeling where my kids have got to try to be quiet because I'm selfish and I'm trying to, do a live stream or be on, Unchained Down the Rabbit Hole, John's channel, and I just don't like that, dude. I don't like if they want to go in there and because my wife likes to go in there. She don't do social media, guys. She'll go in and turn her music on her phone. She wants to cook and listen to her music. And if I'm in there, it kind of just impedes everything. And I know that sucks. No one wants to do that to your family, So I told her, I said, what I'll do is I'll just carve me out a space in the bedroom in the corner. And that's basically what I am. And there's a wall right here. And the only thing I had sitting here really was my great grandma's chair. And, had some stuff in it and under it, so I moved it. That's what I'm sitting in now. I'm going to get a different chair because I'm going to put this one back up because it's old. I got this chair in 1989 when she died. But yeah, I thought it was good because I got a window right here. I can see my front door. I'm in my bedroom, see my front door. I got a dresser right here next to me this way. So everything kind of a little tight, but it fits. I mean, we can squeeze things in tight holes, I mean, it doesn't matter, if you're determined to get in there, you'll get in it and you'll figure it out and you'll set your stuff up, and, if anybody catches what I was saying, but yeah, listen, he says, what's up, buddy? You got some private space? Yeah, I got some private space. What's up, buddy? How are you? When you learn how to, that's my nephew, guys. When you learn how to ride a motorcycle, and then I'll let you might take it for a spin. I told you, you gotta know how to ride. Can't just put you on a motorcycle and let you take off. That would be idiocy on my part, Bobby. I mean, truthfully, like, I love you, man, but dude, I told you before, you got to take the class. You got to learn how to do that. You got to learn how to ride before I can let you ride a bike, especially a Harley Davidson, man. I can't. I bought a belt buckle for $85. Okay. And it broke. See, made in China. That's the thing. You can't, dude, let me tell you something. I'm not, this is no joke. If I can find them, I've got my dad's belt buckles from the 70s, man. He gave me, and they're Harley belt buckles. They're awesome and they're still intact. I just don't wear them because they're old and I like to keep them put up. Yeah. So she's been pitching like my old lady. I mean, it's not really bad, it's just, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of, hey, I'm kind of taking up the kitchen and we don't have a very big house, Jamin. So it's like, the nights I'm doing this and things I'm doing, I feel bad because it's like they're trying to tiptoe and respect and do it for me. And I'm like, that, that's a bad fit. John, I sent you a request. You may not be able to get on. That's fine. I'll just let you know. I emailed you. But, it's not a good feeling when you're kids and everybody has to, I got to hurry up, get in here and fix me something or get something and get out because I don't want to, make any noise. I don't like that, man. Okay, breaking news. Robert F. Kennedy. Okay, Trump holds cabinet meeting at the White House. Yeah, moments ago. Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy's talking. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like it is insane. Oh, and here's the thing. I showed John proof that I'm not on drugs, guys. This is just me. Everybody says Ray's on something, man. Ray's on something. He talks so much. He talks. He doesn't ever shut up. Well, if you're going to do live streams, if you're going to do videos, you got to be able to talk. I mean, I could just sit here and kick back and relax and let y'all just look at me, and I guarantee everybody would leave. Because I don't think I'm that great to look at, but that's okay. the mirror, the man in the mirror said I was. So, uh, this we pulled out of the age. Can you see this? First grade. First grade report card. Report to parents. Wait till you hear this. I'm going to read it to you. Now, this is when you go in. I don't know about y'all, but back in it was A's and B's and C's. And then you have social studies, science, all that. You had zeros or S's, S pluses. I never understood that stuff. Pretty good grades, I guess, for a first grader. I mean, hey, he's doing great. He can get back on honor roll. Really? Like, how do you get off honor roll in first grade? I mean, but here's proof. I'll show proof. What the teacher wrote. This is a good one right here. The first month was, now remind you, this is November. Okay, 1989. So, or grade 1 and 2. I was going to say I wasn't in first grade. I was actually, this is, 1988 and 1989. So yes, I was young. I was a young man. 88, I was like 8 years old now. Surely I wasn't. Damn, I was a teenager in first grade. What the hell? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you have no. Yeah, but you have no. When you have to know when to shut. Yeah, no proof that doesn't say. Praise my life. No, it's my name, Matthew. If you want to know my name, Matthew, right there. That's my real name. It says Matthew. Matthew is doing a really nice job academically. Okay. He just needs to listen more, talk less, and keep his hands to himself. I'm very proud of him and very proud of him and something. No, you are also. So, I mean, that's crazy. Keep my hands to myself, but I need to listen more and talk less. They knew it in the first grade. Them teachers knew that I never shut up. They knew one day I would be. See, why didn't they encourage me to be like a litigator or a lawyer? Why didn't they put more time into me? It's not my fault. It's theirs. Now I'm going to start blaming them because it's their fault. No, I'm just joking. But honestly, why couldn't they encourage me to say, hey, you got a gift, man. You should put it to use and go to school. And because that's what I would have done to a kid. Hey, I would have said, you got a gift, man. You need to use your gift. And your gift is talking. Damn, we lost 3 or 4 people just because I read that. Man, you people are. Anyways, it's cool. I mean, So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I've always been a talker, I guess. So, there's proof. I mean, really, I'm serious. Like, if I see a kid doing something and I can spot something, I'm like, hey, you need to stick with that or something. That'll come in handy later on in life, or go for that. I could have been a rich lawyer that sued people, or could have been, you know what I mean? I could have been awesome at doing things because I could have been like arguing with, judges and defendants and people, and that law would have hurt me because I was never that smart. That's why it was first grade A's and B's, because it was first grade. Like, how hard is it to make A's and B's in first grade? I mean, it's when I got to fifth and, fourth and fifth, my reading was, because you can tell down through there, she starts saying, hey, he needs to focus on reading and his vocabulary and stuff like that. Because I had that special condition of, I didn't want to listen. So, like she said, I talked too much. I didn't listen. I didn't, my mind wandered. I always talked. So I had that learning disability. They didn't call it that. And they had to put me in resource classes, especially whatever you call it, and have more of a hands-on approach with me to actually get me to try to learn things. And I think it was more of like, I didn't want to, the reason I didn't learn a lot of that stuff, that the vocabulary and stuff, was because I didn't want to learn. I wanted to talk. I wanted to do other things. My mind wasn't into it. So, and you know how hard it is to get, how hard it is to get. And if anybody knows any teachers or has teachers as wives or anything, you know how hard it is to get like enough teachers, to hire enough teachers to actually have, you know, for the students. Like, yes, that one teacher in a classroom of 20 people that all have some kind of learning disability, you know how hard it is for those teachers to focus on one kid and help one kid, or, you know, or two kids or anything. So they really needed help. They need like two to three teachers in them one classrooms, just to be more hands-on, to try to help the people, students like me that was learning disabilities. And but I thought it was good though. I thought maybe somebody get a kick out of that. You know, hey, here it is right here, proof. Yeah, and I don't think in first grade they would have been calling me Ray's Moto Life, by the way. I went by that name. I went by my middle name for till I was like 12 or 13. And then I was like, that sounds like too much like a kid's name. I said, just, you know, I want to start going by my first name. So I started going by Brandon, you know, and then I got to high school. And then when I got to high school, my brother was a senior in high school and I was a freshman. And his last name was Ray, and then I was Ray. So, and I always hung out with my older, you know, I always had older brothers. I was the youngest of 5 boys. So I was always around their friends and all them. So in high school, I never was around anybody in my class or, you know, freshmen. So when I was a freshman, I never hung around with any of those kids or anything. I always hung out with the seniors and the juniors and stuff where my brother was. And so everyone noticed his name and then my name. So they just started calling me like Little Ray. And then it finally got to Ray. So we just shortened it down. So I started just getting called Ray in high school. And damn, I'm 44 and I've been called Ray since 96 or 97. People's been calling me just Ray. So, and that's why, you know, it's easy. You know, you got three, I got 3 first names and 3 last names. I mean, you know, you can have that. You got to watch out for people that's got 3 first names. I mean, we're weird people. So, yeah, I wished I had the ability to talk like Ray. Well, Frog, you do, buddy. I've sit and listened to you on a live. Just because you don't talk fast or like I do, because I talk fast. There's so much stuff in my head that's trying to get out, man. I'll be honest with you, dude. Sometimes I wished I could get it all out, but if I do, it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, man. You know, like just, and it's not like towards anybody. It's just the junk that's built up, you know, in there over years. Not hate or nothing like that. It's just things that just articulate in my brain that I want to put out. And then sometimes some gets out, some don't. And it's like, I feel like, well, maybe no one will listen if I just start, you know, ranting on. But I've listened to you on a live stream there, Frog, buddy. You do fine, man. I think you need to stop, you know, I mean, honestly, dude, I think you need to stop like thinking that way. Like I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be mean and tell you that, but don't think low of yourself like that, dude. You can talk on a live. I've listened to you guys. Dude, you're completely fine. You don't have to talk fast and all that. Just talk the way you do, man. I'm telling you, when you do things like this, and that's why I always say, if people want to listen and watch and hear me, they'll show up. If people don't, hey, dude, what do I care? I mean, is it going to hurt my feelings? No. I've lived. Are they raising my kids? Are they paying my bill? No. And I know you're like that too. Screw them. You know, I know you like it. I know how you, I know somewhat of you, you know, been around you. But here's the thing. I think you guys do fine. I mean, seriously, like, I think you're okay on a live. You do good. You keep the topic going. You're talking. That's all that matters. You don't have to talk 100 miles an hour. You just talk, you know, and I think people will show up. You know, it takes a little while to build things though. Got to be able to talk if you're going to do live streams and make video. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. Hater, who's a hater? You? Who's hating? Frog? No, Frog ain't hating. John, I sent you a link. You may not be able to jump on. It's all right though. You may be sitting around. Somebody will always show up. I'm telling you, man, somebody, trust me, there's over 100 million people on YouTube. And they did a study, and Joe Rogan did a study and actually called the people because he knows who owns YouTube. And here's the crazy thing, man. There's 80 million videos uploaded daily. 80 million a day uploaded to YouTube. Now you imagine, and people, over 100 million people watching. Somebody's going to enjoy what you say. Somebody's going to enjoy that topic or that subject or your channel or whatever it may be. You know, that's just the way it is. Okay, Evil says, like I say on some of my videos, if you like it, cool. If you don't, then don't want. Exactly, man. I mean, nobody is forcing anybody to show up. Nobody is forcing anybody. Don't get me started because I can go on and on. But here's the thing. I think you do fine, Frog. I really do, man. I think you guys do. I think you do fine. I think those kind of topics, those are you guys. They suit you. Also, whatever you want to talk about. I don't think you actually have to stick to one thing. If you stick to one thing, guess what? You're only going to get a certain audience, and that's it. And sometimes certain themes, and I'm not trying to just say this, but certain topics, certain like a theme or your channel kind of gets categorized in certain groups like that. So not like yours, but just saying certain groups are not that big. Certain themes are just is not as popular as some others. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, I figured. That's why I said, Brooke Rollins, Agriculture Secretary. But like I said, it's just, but don't limit your channel. Never limit yourself. Always know that you're gonna. What's up, Lincoln? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. If anybody doesn't know who Lincoln Enfield is, he is the owner, operator, creator, writer, photographer, you name it, of the Full Throttle magazine out of the Carolinas. Really great dude. I had the honor of meeting this man at Smokeout over in North Carolina. Had the honor of him putting up a booth next to the camper I was camping in, and got to help him pull his Survey car out of the of his trailer, and just him and his wife, kid, all of them is great people, guys. Make sure you go check them out. Saved your ass that week. Man, it is what it is. There's a lot of people that were like really selfish and trying to get that spot and stuff, and of course we didn't want that spot. The damn RV was so big. They had they had put us down there, at the racetrack down there below it, and then their generator, something had happened with the electricity that they did something with, so they moved us up there to the vendor row. And of course a lot of those vendors were mad anyways because we took up like 3 spots or 2 spots or something like that. But it is what it is, but yeah, I mean, it's, guys, make sure y'all go check out Lincoln Enfield, guys. He's got a channel. He does every Wednesday. Now you can correct me, Lincoln, if I'm wrong. Every Wednesday he does a live stream for the Carolina news and stuff on choppers and rallies, not just choppers, but rallies and bike shows and stuff like that as well. Yeah, you read his magazine? Yeah, Jamin, buddy, he's a straight up guy, man. You can't get more honest than that dude right there. Straight up, he's awesome. Like I said, really just fun people to be around. He just, when you meet him, it's like, man, there's just something special about chopper rallies and events. I call them chopper events. I don't really think it's a rally. It's a meetup. It's an event. You know what I mean? I call it an event, but most people know that feeling when they meet up with people like that. It's just, there's no animosity. There's just, it's just, you're there for each other and whatever, man. It's such a great place to go to those events. And yeah, really good dude, solid guy. I'd say his photography's a little okay. No, he's a solid photographer, guys. Man, this guy does a lot of stuff. So, and like he said, he's still keeping it real with the print and the magazine. Not a lot of people are doing that. Just very few. I think they're still doing it. But yeah, I mean, it's getting almost that time of year. Everybody's starting to like get out of their hibernation and wake up and dusting their bikes off. And I know I did. I got both of mine out a week ago or 2 weeks ago and cleaned them up. Well, not completely. I washed one and I have the batteries. What I do is I take the batteries out. I put them on a tender all year. I put them in the house or in the basement. And so I keep the batteries good. So what I done was put the battery in the Sporty, got it out the other day, a week ago or so, yeah. And I washed it, I washed it by hand here at the house. I don't have a pressure washer. I just took a water hose and then scrubbed it down pretty decent. And I'd like to take a pressure washer to it because I don't have a garage. So I do have a awning that comes off my building. It's like a carport, whatever you want to call it, but it's not a car. It's not for cars. It's for, wood and stuff like that. But I park my bikes in it. So, and then I went down to the mechanic shop and I was like, hey, I got to do this. I need to order this. I need, for the Ultra and all that. Cause I like to ride long distances. I like my Ultra running fancy, not, it's old, it's an 07, just a 96, but that's all I'd like to have the newer bikes. I do. I like the 114. I've rode the 117. I like those motors. I've rode a 131. I like performance, but I could care less because I'm one of those guys where I want to ride from here to Florida. I want to ride from here to North Carolina. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy the ride. I'm not trying to get there in an hour. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy the smells, the sights, the views, everything. So I was like, look, man, this is what the bike needs. So he's like, well, just go get it and bring it down. I got 2 bikes right now I'm working on. He had a trike he had just pulled in. And he's like, when I get these done, I'll call you and you have my, we'll put the bike on there. We'll order the O2 sensors because it just needs the new exhaust. It needs to. So I was like, okay, I don't want to buy slip-ons. I need 2 new head exhausts coming out. And then I was like, well, you know what? I've been really dying to go to a 2-in-1 because I've already put the air intake, a new air cleaner on it, built it up, got a tune for it already and all that. So I thought, why not just break down and buy the daggone 2-in-1? I'll just buy it and that'll be it. So that's what I done, or that's what I'm doing. And he hasn't called yet, but I can't wait because I'm hoping. Actually, it'll be nice, this next week, I think. I'm hoping it'll be a lot nicer weather. Like I said, it's 57 here today, and you're listening to RNN. No, I don't have the looks for TV, but man, I wished I had the talking for radio, man. I wished I had that voice. I really do. I wished it was, let me jump over here for a minute, guys. I hope y'all can still see me. I hope my internet's good. Let's see. Subscribers, go to subscribers. I'll show you right here who I'm all subscribed to. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care to show my people. Yeah, right here, Full Throttle Magazine. See, I always go to this guy because I'm subscribed. I know exactly where he's at. Oh, I didn't have it on share, did I? Share screen right here, Full Throttle Magazine. Here we go. Let's see if we can do this here. Is it on there? Okay, there it is. Let's look it up. This is my boy. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. This is Lincoln Enfield, guys. He's a great guy. Let me tell you. Yeah, I don't dislike him because the sign behind him, that's his own business. That's his friends. That's fine. I know he probably don't know what I'm talking about, and it's okay. It's just issues with me and that one people and those minions, but it's all right. Lincoln Enfield, guys, if you're not familiar, I'm going to put his link in the chat. Okay, if you guys don't mind, go over there and please check him out. You will know if you like to know what kind of news goes on and bike shows and just all that kind of stuff over there, right there is the channel. If you're close to North Carolina, see, I'll show you if anybody can see that. I'm not really subscribed to a lot of people right there. That's in. So here's the end of it. El Buffalo, Mrs. Mock, Evil Rick, yeah, Squid Monster, Miss Thumper, the Golfing Biker, Keith Ray, Twin Town Tom, Right Lane Talk, Bagger's Life, Mystical Rider, C-SPAN, yes, I love C-SPAN, Lost in the Woods, Coy, Theo Vaughn, Jamin Rooney, The Right View, something depth. Megan Kelly, Rob, Shadow, Mystical Rider, Getty's Garage, Conservative Twins, Unchained, Down Rabbit Hole, Damon, News Nation, Clinton Jaws, that's a news thing. Forbes Breaking, that's news. Full Throttle, okay. Hollyland Sites, that's another cool podcast. History, Sky News Australia is awesome. The Peaky Biker, Joe Rogan, PDB podcast, Wood Jr., The View. Yes, The View. I have to keep up because I do reviews. Club Random with Bill Maher. Yes, a lot of people don't understand, but that's just what it is. I have to do that, and I like watching podcasts. So, yeah, about, I don't know, 10 to 12 news, different outlets and podcasts, and then the rest are just people I like to watch. So there you go. Thank you, Evil Rick. I didn't know you was on that. I sure appreciate it. Yeah, man. Anytime, Lincoln. Like I said, dude, to me, it's like a dying art. The hand, the newspaper or the magazine, the print, the photographs. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people carry around cameras. That's the thing I don't understand. And here's the thing I didn't want to get on, but I will get on. Dude, he has some awesome equipment. I'm sure they're thousands and thousands of dollars because if anybody knows, these little GoPros, all this, man, they're $500-600. We spend a lot of money on this stuff. But when you got a big camera and you take pictures, you're spending, I've seen, a lady buy a camera for $5,000, and that wasn't with a bunch of stuff. And I'm talking about some nice camera gear and stuff. So I know he's got a lot because he actually does photos. And this is what gets me. You see a lot of people, not this guy, not Lincoln, but a lot of people will have big cameras and expensive stuff and all this. And you see a lot of people taking pictures, but you never get to see where they're going. They're not putting them in magazines. They're not, you know what I mean? But Lincoln, he does his own magazine, just like Chris and Heather from Cycle Source Media or magazine, whatever you want to call them. Dude, they're just very few of the motorcycle, not even just chopper stuff. It's motorcycle, man. It's motorcycle stuff. Like, you don't have to just do a chopper in the magazines. They do all kinds of bikes. They announce all kinds of bike shows, paint shows, ride-in shows, and where they're going to be, this and that. I remember as a kid going into a convenience store, and all you seen was Easy Riders and car magazines and, this and that. You had different car magazines, different motorcycle magazines, different, all kinds of cool stuff. And it's like nowadays, you don't even see magazines in the stores anymore. Like I don't see them. You have to go to like Books A Million or Walmart or somewhere to even find a magazine. I don't even know if Walmart carries magazines anymore. But what's wild is all these people out here taking these pictures, and it's like, where are you going with that? Well, they're actually probably just downloading it on the internet. That's the only place. They're not actually putting it out there for the public to actually pick up and hold in their hand. Some people just do it and put it on their channels, or if they're independent media, or they say they're independent media, and they just got a channel and they're like, hey, out there snapping photos of, say an elected official or something like that. They're putting it on their little, independent media podcast or their channel, and that's fine because that's where a lot of stuff has went, social media, digital and things. But I still like where you can, if you fold something up, put it in your back pocket, man. I still like that you can hold it and look at it. So I don't know. I just think it's more nostalgic. It's classic. Especially when you're taking a picture knowing you got the right shot. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't never get that right shot, even because I guess I'm using my phone a lot. Because when I'm at a rally or an event or something like that, I'm sitting there taking a shot, and stuff. And I'm like, man, why didn't that come out any better? I've got, photo on, or I've got this other, setting on or whatever. And it's like, why did that not come out like hit, like I wanted it to. And of course I know why, because it's not meant, the phone really is not meant to take a photo of what kind of photo I'm wanting to take. So, but then you have to think, well, if you take it with a real camera, a real nice, big, expensive camera, you got different lens on it, different angle, stuff like that. It's all going on a SD card and stuff. So you can either upload it into a computer, into your file, and you can make slideshows. And that's one thing I'm sure, a lot of people do when they take photos and stuff with their GoPros and things like that. I've seen some people take pictures with their GoPro that actually turns out better than their iPhone pictures. So, I mean, it's not, it's not a far-fetched to say. A lot of people do. Okay. He said, oh, hey, what's up, Sick? I appreciate it. Okay, I'm just on here trying to learn more the process. Yeah, the pros and cons, and I mean, it is what it is. Just if you just get on and talk, man. Like I was telling another guy, I talk a lot. I talk fast. I talk sloppy. I don't have the right microphone. I've got a microphone and stuff. I just don't have what I want. 10,000 camera. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. It gets up there, man, and you get Walmart. Okay, Walmart dropped all hunting magazines and bike. Really? Huh. See, that's crazy. He's saying, thank you. Okay. Yeah. We are on bar stools, found on bar stools and bathrooms. There you go, man, where all the good reading is done. That's right. I mean, and that's the thing, though. I mean, it's just, you can't find that stuff. It's hard unless it's like by ear or by somebody. And like I was saying, though, I don't think it's how, I think you got to be able to articulate a conversation. You got to be able to talk about a topic, because if somebody comes on here and just wants to sit here and have dead silence, dead air, I don't think a lot of people want to stick around. A lot of people like to listen to other people's opinions, because everyone's like, no, I don't like that. Let's not talk this. Let's not talk that, this or that. But it seems like every time you start to, oh, what's up, John? Thank you, bud. Okay. But it seems like every time somebody does something and they want to talk about something, or you start talking about something and then they say, oh, what, this and that. Well, they all of a sudden have an opinion on it. And it's like, what? Wait a minute. I thought you didn't want to talk about that topic or this or that, or you didn't want to hear it. Why are you even on? But you do good, Lincoln. You do good on there. I think you got more people on Facebook watching than you do YouTube, of course. I did go over and check that out. One of those Wednesdays you were live. And now, guys, he goes live like during the day. It's not like nighttime, hanging out, drinking, doing none of that stuff. He ain't doing that. You know what I mean? He's you just have to watch one of these live streams and stuff. But I'm driven by topics mainly. I like to talk. I'll talk about anything. Doesn't matter to me. I'll talk about any topic if it's reasonable and not to get me shut down or anything like that. But the thing is, you have to kind of know where you're going. You can't just, even if you have an end, say you got at least, say you want to do at least an hour. Okay. I look at it as, okay, I've got a topic. I know this topic, or I've studied on this topic. I can fill it with opinions, questions to ask the audience. If they talk, if you got a good audience that will, talk to you and leave comments and ask questions, I always feed off the chat. A lot of times I'll get going and talking, and I won't even read the chat for at least 5 minutes or so, because I just don't. You know what I mean? I don't have the. I don't want to do that. I want to get my point through. So a lot of times, if I'm not reading your topic, it's not because I can't see it. It's because I'm trying to get that little quote out or whatever. And keeping airtime going is easy. I mean, just write things down in a book. Get you a little notebook. That's what I do. If something comes to my mind, or maybe I'll look around, or if I look and see something, it'll bring up something back into my head that I was talking about the other day or something, why does that say It's got a star on it, so it should have. Okay. Well, it may not pop up on mine. But yeah, I mean, it's if you're going to stick to a topic like that, like motorcycle stuff, you got to do enough research to where you can fill an hour or 2 hours, whatever you want, however long you want to go, or like any kind of topic, like talking about Full Throttle is now one subscribers closer to 1K mark. Cool. Yeah, guys, like I said, go check out the channel though, man. It's more than just subscribing, in my opinion. Support the guy. You never know when I'm telling you, man, this guy is like, you just know when you know people, they're kind people, they're good people. You know what I mean? They're good people. And this dude pulls up. Never seen this guy in my life. Never. I mean, of course, the way I was raised, I was like, hey, you need some help? You know what I mean? Because I'm standing there at the door like an idiot. Because we're sitting there in a big ass RV toy hauler, and he's pulling up trying to back up. I'm like, hey, you need me to tell you, do you need some help? You need some help? Come on, guys, let's help this man out. You know what I mean? And it's like, just automatically, you know people when you kind of you can get a certain, I do anyways. I shouldn't say you do, but I get a certain vibe from people, and I can tell if they're good people or how they carry themselves and their tone and all that. Such a good dude. And then he jumps on that server car, man. He takes off everywhere. He rides the crap out of that car, and it's so cool, man. I mean, you never know when you might really, if you watch his stuff or any of these channels. It goes for anybody, man. I mean, I know we get on here and we support each other and stuff like that, but how much do you really, really watch somebody's stuff and really get to know somebody? Because this is the internet, man. Not everybody knows everybody. Not everybody has met. I've met quite a few people, but I can say I've talked to this guy. I've met this guy, Lincoln, the first year. Then the second year, last year, I went back, ran into him again, because that's what he does, man. He's there handing his stuff out, man. He's there giving you cozies and saying, here, check this out. But he's having a good time, but he's not having that kind of good time. He's having his kind of good time. He's taking his photographs. He's getting his editing done. He's doing things that he knows he has to do, but he hangs out, man. He has a good time. I mean, he's not like one of those guys that's always on a clock. He may be on a clock, but he's not like, hey, I can't say hi, you know what I mean, and rushes by you. No, man, he's a great dude. Wife is great, man. The kid's great. They're all just nice people. And like I said, if you watch one of his lives or videos, you'll see, man, he's just a kickback dude, man. Been in this life since he was born, pretty much. Walmart is supposed to carry Cycle Source. Really, Evil? Huh. Man. I'll have to check that next time I go to Walmart. I'll have to even look and see if they even have a magazine department. I mean, I know they have like a school area with some books and stuff and notebooks and things like that. But now, you guys remember, my town is so small. We don't have a super Walmart. We have a medium Walmart or a small Walmart. So, excuse me. So it may not even carry magazines. So everybody's saying, hi, what's up, Quick Shoe? Yeah. Okay, look there, retired rider, bud. What in the world are you just throwing money out today? Look in there. Got about half an hour. Got to get the kids from daycare. Oh, man. Yeah. Kids are fun. Looks like Retired Rider gifted 5 memberships. Look at that, guys. Oh, look at that. Another channel membership. Thanks again, John. Yeah. Buck's hitting the lottery today, huh? So, I mean, it is what it is. John's always supportive. Such a great guy. If you don't know his channel, make sure you go hit that like and subscribe. Leave him a comment on anything. He drops a lot of shorts, a lot of videos, 3 videos, 4 videos a week, 5. I don't know. Go check him out. No, he's got a great channel. If you like riding motorcycles, if you like morning live streams, we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But he's busy this week, so we did one this morning. We're going to do one tomorrow morning. If you're up early now, they are pretty early. So, John, if you want to throw your channel in there, if anybody else wants their channel, put in the side chat. Ask a moderator, which is John, and would be Evil Rick, I believe. I don't have a lot of moderators. I don't give everybody wrenches. It's nothing personal. It's just that's the way I run my show. And that way, if somebody acts up or does something, there can be consequences. I mean, and I don't think anybody's acting up or doing anything, but yes, we got Unchained Down the Rabbit Hole. We also do, and that's on like mysterious things. That's also, conspiracies. We go down like Noah's Ark or Lost to the Covenant or Billy the Kid. We did the other night. We did some Atlantis, last night. Yes, the puppy, she is here with me. She's actually been sleeping behind me in the rocking chair. Say hi, Daisy. Say hi, honey. Yeah, say hi. Yeah, I know it's little. But yeah, she's just a little baby. So she was moving around while I was sitting up, and she kind of like just running. I'm telling you, she acts like every chair I sit in or anybody sits in is hers. So, but yeah, I mean, it's such a good channel. He's got a couple of channels. So do I. And like I said, if you want to know anybody's channel in here, just ask Evil or Retired. They're there. Frogzilla's a moderator. Thank you. She's pretty good. She ain't sitting here barking, as you can tell. She's not sitting here raising Cain. She does now when she her and the cat. I swear you think they were sisters. They just fight and argue with each other and play, but it's all play fighting. It's pretty funny to watch them. I got them on video and things like that. And it's just so funny because they bite at each other and they bite each other, but they're not biting each other to squeal. They don't holler, they're not like hurting each other. They're just play. And it's like two sisters playing. And, yeah, so let's try to get back to what I was saying. It's spring. Spring's fixing to hit. I know for a lot of people that's above, Kentucky, it's not spring yet. It's still cold. It's still, winter. I'm not for sure how many people still have snow on the ground, if anybody does, to tell you the truth. I know Canada might. I'm not for sure. I'm not up there. I haven't really seen anything on that. Or if any of you guys know, if y'all have snow. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I know it's been kind of warmer here in East Tennessee. And that's what I was saying. We get our bikes out. We it feels like we're all coming out of hibernation. The winter times, especially this winter. It's been so. How many cold spells have we had? Like 3 or 4 that we had really severe weather. Like we had, like where I'm at, we had like some really dropping. I mean, Florida got snow. Come on, man. We got so cold. I mean, sick down there. Was so cold, it got so cold down there in Florida and everything. We've had, so many different weather storms, tornadoes. I mean, just bad weather, hurricanes, all kinds of stuff. And now, and that's what I'm seeing. Like we had rain through the night, all night last night, but it didn't storm. I never seen lightning or thunder, never heard any of that. And like spring ain't even really got here. You know what I mean? Like spring gets here, it's going to be like where I'm at. We get a lot of bad tornado weather warnings and, and get a lot of stuff. So, and the way this winter has went, I was telling the old lady, I was like, you know what? It's probably going to be like one of those years it was a couple years back. It's going to like rain all summer. Like I hate to say that because we've had so much crappy weather all the way up this far, like it didn't really do a lot of crazy stuff in November, October, November, December. It's not really like winter seems like it keeps getting pushed. You know what I mean? Like it's not being like winter in December anymore. December used to be like, oh, the coldest time and all that. No, it's like February and March. It's like end of January, February and stuff. It's like that's the real winter time. And what's crazy is when they say that is because there's conspiracy behind that, saying that, when it all really started and Jesus was really born, don't say it. Don't say it. He said there was 13 months and they set it up the way they wanted you to know it. So he said, don't say it. Winter's actually, Winter didn't start until later on. But anyways, I'm not gonna get into that's a conspiracy. It's crazy. He just said don't say that. But it's true, man. It's true. Like I don't know. It's true. Like some people, I'm saying it's true that people say that. Like, they just picked that day for Jesus and made that wasn't the actual day, he was born and all this. And the year doesn't start till, blah, blah, blah. And there's really 13 months and all that stuff. It's crazy because once you go down that rabbit hole, it's like, what? And you start like thinking and stuff and looking at the clock and why is every one of them, so, it's weird. There's a lot of stuff behind it. And I don't know. I just think that you anybody can do this stuff right here. Anybody can come on a live stream. Anybody can sit and talk. Just don't go on and have you shithead. You threw me off for a minute, but I didn't want to say it, but I did. I was like, had to hold myself. But yeah, man, it's like I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go on and like somebody riding in their car or something, and they're just they got a live going. And they're just riding, not talking, nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch it because if you just get through on your phone the live streams and stuff, there's so many people out there that does live streams. And it's like, dude, are you not talking? I don't know. I guess I'm driven by topic and things like that. Now, yes, I can come on here and we can all hang out and have fun and just talk about our day. We do that all the time. Now, I do. Don't get me wrong. And then I can come on here and I can discuss politics and things that I don't, agree with or I like or my opinion on stuff. And then we're good too. But then I can come on here and do something like this. And we can just discuss things and talk. And I don't have to, and I can show video and I can, it doesn't matter. It's when you do a channel, be real to yourself. Because now this is just for me. When I first started doing it, it was like, man, I felt weird because I not because I had a camera in front of me and I was talking. I knew I could talk. Here's the thing. Everyone kept telling me. All I could hear in my back of my head was, you can't cuss. You can't say this word. You can't say that word. So when I first started, I was like, what, because I'd get in to start to talk and I'd be like, I'd go back and watch it and I was like, well, I can't say that. I cut that. I gotta, I can't say that. I said that. I said this. I said that. It sucks because then you feel like you're somebody else. And then when you're doing it, it's like, okay, finally, like 6 months into it, 7 months into it, I'm like sitting there. I had like 8 subscribers, 9 subscribers. I don't know. It was less than 10 subscribers. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was sitting there and I was like, this is crazy, dude. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm going to be myself. I don't care what this platform says. You know what I mean? I wasn't going extreme. I wasn't talking extreme. I wasn't cussing extreme. But every once in a while, a S word or shit or something would slip out, But I was told not, you can't say that. You can't do that. You can't do that, And I was like, and I felt like crap. Because I went to Daytona and I'm filming and I'm trying to be like, not really say certain things and do certain. And I'm like, man, this sucks, So I just was like, forget it. I'm going to do what I do. If they say I can't do it, oh well, I can't. Then they'll take it. They'll stop the video. They'll stop me or they won't put it out. Blah blah blah. So once I started becoming myself again, like saying, hey, and I'm sure all you guys know what I'm talking about because, and that's what we agreed to, man. We signed that contract saying that we will obey by their guidelines. And when we do that, it doesn't matter if we have free speech. Yes, we may have free speech, but we agreed. We signed a document saying, I will not say this. I will act this way. I will do this according to your rules now that I'm on your platform. I mean, that'd be like me coming in, your business and just taking a bat to everything. You know what I mean? No, I signed a agreement when I came into your place saying, I'm going to sit down and watch and listen. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not going to say anything, So we signed those contracts. a lot of people don't understand when you read those agreements, they're like pages and pages full because people are like, I ain't reading that. I just hit accept, blah, 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 accept, man, don't do that. Or just, watch what you say. You can have a channel without cussing, without, doing all that. People do it every day. I do it. I do videos and things and I don't cuss in them. There's times I don't do, I hold back. I've learned when to and when not to, and, so I don't know. I think it's easy to get caught up in all the, I got 10 subscribers. I got 200, man, I'm going almost to 300. You know what I mean? I want this. And that's fun. Trust me. I've looked at mine. I've looked at my analytics. I've studied that crap and it's drove me crazy. It's at times it would be like, I gotta just turn it off. I gotta get out of the YouTube studio. I can't handle this anymore because I keep worrying if this video, why ain't it getting likes or why ain't it getting, views or whatever. Finally, I just got to, even like Instagram, dude, I had a couple thousand followers, 3,000, I think. The first time Donald Trump got shot, I posted something from that Pennsylvania rally. Dude, I lost every freaking, I knew it was not just Instagram, but the people. There are a lot of woke Democrats, and that's fine. If you're a Democrat, you're woke, that's fine. You don't have to hate me, but just because we don't agree on something, that's fine with me, man. You act like you can't be sociable or friends. I lost every freaking follower except for like 1,000. I kept 1,000 followers. So now, like I finally started building it back up. So what I did was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to post what I want to. I like to post varieties of stuff. You guys that follow me over there also see my story. You see the reels. I post political, motorcycle. I don't care. I post whatever, funny stuff, pictures, all kinds of stuff. So I just stopped looking at my own page and seeing how many people are following me and all this and notifications. I really, in my mind, for some reason, I looked at it and was like, you know what? This, because me and John and a couple of us was talking like, man, Instagram, certain platforms are just, female driven. If you got, boobs and this and that showing, it's a whore fest, pretty much, blah, blah, blah. So it was like, the hell with it. And that's what I was like. I don't care about this no more. I was actually paying $15 a month to that son of a gun to be verified on Instagram, to have that blue mark, to know, for everybody to know I was a legit channel. Yeah. $15 a month is what they charge you. And I think on X, Twitter, it's like $8 or $9. It's cheaper. But you can do it on Facebook too, but I wasn't paying Facebook. I was paying Instagram. And it's like 15. And I was like, you know what? The hell with that. People stop following me. They don't want to push my stuff. I don't care anymore. So I canceled my subscription. So I just started posting the stuff that I wanted to post, never looked at my analytics, never cared about what they said. And now I'm back up to, I think, 1,500, 60, I don't know, something like that. I'd have to look. I don't even know what I'm up to. So I'm building slowly. It takes time. And that's my whole point of getting on this was, it takes time, but you can't stress the little things. And those are the little things. You think, oh, man, and we all done it. We all do it. Okay, so I'm at 1,488. Okay, so, yeah. And I just had one video, one reel. It just now, let's see, where did it go? Oh, it is actually, let's see. Oh, actually in the videos. So, let's see. Let's go down to it. It is now hit 123,000 views. Ain't that something? 123,000 views. And another one is actually hitting right now, let's see, 16,000 views on another one. I'm getting 2 or 3,000 views on these little reels and stuff. So it's actually doing pretty good. It's actually growing pretty good. My Facebook, I've still not learned how to grow that thing. Every time it says I got friends, I got tons of people that look at my stuff and I got good views, but it's like I'm still stuck at just like 506 friends or followers. I don't know how that works on Facebook. I don't put too much stock into Facebook. On Twitter, I'm like 700 followers or something. But like I said, it takes time. I was like, forget it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of worrying about it, you know, because I did at times. I was worrying, like, why can't I not grow? I know there's people on here that, you know, that are different, that's like me, this or that. And I was thinking the worst stuff, kind of, you know, and all that. And I was like, this sucks, you know, and I was like, forget it. I'm just not going to, I'm going to post something and move on, not looking at it. So I started growing. It started growing again. So yeah, it's like, man, and that's what I've done with YouTube. I just like, you know what? I'm gonna ignore the crazies. Thought you got snow last night, man, or last week. Yeah, that's crazy. I get to ride home maybe the 4th or 5th. Oh, that's cool. Carry 2 on ride. Okay, front row, Virginia, and then home. Yeah, that's nice. Carney's ride is playing you on his live stream. Who? Really? Like playing my live stream, like me doing a live right now? He's playing me going live or playing a video of me? When you and John was talking about the people that are buying up all the gas stations, yes, and hotels. Every time I mention, okay, every time, let's see, gas stations, hotels, every time I mention what they are, I was kicked all the way out of YouTube 3 times. Really? My Lord. See, that it's, and there's certain things and keywords and stuff that will do that. I never look at analytics. I'm telling you, man, it's a downer to look at those analytics. It's the evilness of social media. If you have a channel, you'll get sucked in. It don't take much to get sucked into those either. You can get sucked in pretty quick. You know, the only time I notice my analytics is when I got my monthly update. Okay. Yes, Buck, it's best to just not look at the analytics. And it's best just to move on. Like, don't even pay attention. But I mean, I'm saying, like, if you drop a video a couple hours later, 10 minutes, whatever, a lot of people will like go jump right back into it within like 5 or 10 minutes and say, oh, how many views I got already? You know what I mean? That's not how it really needs to work. That's not how it works anyways. Because you can drop a video or a short and it may not get but say 100 views in the next day or two, but 6 months down the road, it may blow up and you may get, 100,000 views. I mean, that's the tricky part about analytics and worrying about your views and likes and all that, because it ain't like, here's the thing. Yes, content is more important than anything. You have to continue to put content out. You have to be consistent. Now, this is just for my channel. Oh, okay. Like I was. Okay. Like he did. Okay. Like I did. Who he was something. Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, you have to be consistent with putting videos out, like shorts, videos, if you do live streams. If not, I've been consistent to a point, then I slacked off, and then, blah, blah, blah. So, I've really been back and forth on it. I need to do better. But here's the thing on that. Like I said, it ain't like we post a short and a video and it's got, it only has a couple of days and then that's the limit. And then it's dead. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our channels, like mine, YouTube don't push because it's certain topics or it's certain things. They don't want to put the robotics, the analytics just doesn't want to push that kind of topic or that subject. They mostly, in my opinion, now this is just from my experiences, it seems like they push like, popular topics and popular, videos and things that's trending. That's what the word I was looking for, trending. Like if something's trending and you do something about it, like a video or a short or something, they will completely, it's like, it's completely different. It's like they'll push that because it's trending in the world. It's trending on the news. It's trending on this. It's trending on this other platform. You know what I mean? So guess what? Them platforms want people. They really do. I know it kind of looks like, well, you think they would push all our stuff if they want to make more money and get us, all, monetized and blah, blah, and push our stuff. But it ain't, it don't seem like that's how it works. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an expert. I'm just saying, because if it did, all of our stuff would be pushed and everybody be making money. And I just think it's limited. I think they're just pushing the topics that are trending and on other platforms because they're trying to keep up with other platforms. See what I mean? Like, it's a competition. That's why they extended the time limit on the shorts. Like, now you can do a short on YouTube up to 3 minutes. Well, I'm the kind of guy, if I watch a short, I don't want to watch a short for 3 minutes. I mean, honestly, I don't. I'd rather watch a video for 10 minutes than watch a short for 3 and not get the whole layout of the story. But that's just me. I think a short should be 60 seconds or less, but it's fine. I'm glad they went up because sometimes mine go over like a minute and 10 seconds or something, 70 seconds or 80 seconds, that's fine. But I never do a whole 3 minute short. But I think a lot of it is because Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, and TikTok, they're in such a competition with that stuff, because their shorts are based on those other platforms more than anything. That's the whole thing about like TikTok. It's a short, everything's shorts, so I think they're just trying to keep up with the other platforms. But if you push I know it sucks because a lot of people are like, no, I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to stick to this or that. That's fine. But just because you ride, if you're in the motorcycle community, yes, I still ride motorcycles. Yes, I'm still in the motorcycle community. A lot of people don't want to say I am because I do politics too. I don't care. I still ride motorcycles. That don't mean I stopped riding motorcycles. It doesn't mean it's out of my life. I grew up with this crap. You know what I mean? I know it. And I grew up with all this stuff. The motorcycle's deep in my blood, my family, my brothers ride. I mean, you know what I mean? So, all right, John. All right, buddy. Thanks. Everybody, thank John for dropping some. He dropped 5 memberships. Hopefully, you're the lucky one that gets it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. So, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the memberships. And that's the thing, though, man. Like, don't be scared to bring what you like, and it ain't got to be politics. I just bring stuff because I know I like to talk politics. I like to talk, and not just like political figures. There's politics in motorcycles, man. There's politics in everything. Every aftermarket company, everything. There's politics. Everybody's trying to compete to this. I'm just saying, don't limit yourself to one little topic and stuff because you're afraid that somebody's going to criticize you. To hell, that means they never was your friend to start with. They never cared about you anyways. They're just there. You know what I mean? They're irrelevant. They're not. Don't pay attention to them because we all know we all love motorcycles. We all love riding motorcycles. But I know not everybody just eats and breathes motorcycles. You may get up and go watch a movie. You may watch. Sitcoms. You may like to talk about that. You may want to talk about, movies or Disney. I'm just saying, for instance, not Disney. I'm just saying, if you do, fine. That's what you like to do. Cool. There's a lot of Disney guys out there that like to, that one guy, he goes and films, inside Disney World and all that. He's huge channel, all that stuff, man. There's all kinds of things. And then you got people that want to talk. I know there's people that like history, like Civil War, stuff like that, those battles and Little Bighorn and stuff. Don't just think that you're limited to talking about motorcycles because you feel like you're in a motorcycle community. Don't limit yourself. I want to break outside that motorcycle community. I want to reach everybody because here's the thing. I love all my subscribers and followers. I love everybody that watches my videos and my channel. I do. I really do. I'm thankful for that. But I don't want to be limited and it's nothing bad about a community. The word community is what gets me. It's not the people in it, the community. It's the word community. I don't want to be limited in a group. I don't want to be put in a category. We all do YouTube, not to follow other YouTube channels. Now, some people may, yes, that could be argued. Well, I just do YouTube so I can follow other YouTubers. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, truthfully, that's what you do. But don't get on there and say, I just do YouTube. I don't care if I get a subscribe or not. Yeah, you do. I can guarantee you look and see if that video, and you may not now after you figure out how slow it is to grow and YouTube is and how hard it is, and how consistent you got to be. Now you may be like, well, shit, I'm just putting that out. I don't care if I get any views or whatever. But at one point in time, you did care about views and subscribers, and you do want your channel to grow. I think we all do. We all want it to grow. But what I'm saying is, I try not to. Now, this is just for me, for myself. I did not want to limit myself to one community. And like I said, it ain't the people in the community, it's the word community. I do videos in YouTube, and I've met a lot of people from online. Really met them in real life. I've hung out with people, and I love, that's one of the most important aspects of meeting other channels, is getting to meet these people is great. But now I'll be honest with you, and I'm blunt. If it hurts your feelings, then I'm not sorry. So I do YouTube so people can watch. I'm doing this live stream so people can watch. And I'm thankful for the people that's dedicated to in my side chat, because I love these guys and I've met a few of them, blah, blah, blah. They're good people, and they know that, and they know how I feel. And the thing is, and this is nothing about these people in my side chat. This is about, I want to make videos, and I want to, in my talking politic videos and all that, I want the people that are watchers, and I want the people in my side chat to watch too. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, I want people that are, and just like you guys, y'all want your videos to go out to the world, and you want people to see them and watch, and that don't have channels, because maybe they're getting to experience like riding on motorcycles, through us. They get to go to, they get to live through us when we get to travel and put it on a film. That's the enjoyment of me knowing that, hey, I may help, just because I did a talking video today. Maybe that helps somebody, like this, doing this live stream. Maybe us talking, maybe helps somebody. Even if it helps one person, great. I feel great. I think it would be great. If it just helped one person was going through some rough times or something, and maybe, this is meant for you. Maybe you just, take a look at yourself and realize, everything's going to be okay, or maybe they see one of my riding videos and they, oh man, I would, man, this is awesome. Now I get to see this part of Tennessee or Florida, wherever you may be. And, that's the enjoyment of doing videos and going places and putting it on YouTube, is getting these people that don't get to get out here and do what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? They get to live through us, and and that's the enjoyment of doing videos and putting our life, because that's what we're doing. We're literally putting our life out there, and we're asking people to watch it. And guess what? When they criticize us and they say things and they troll us, we should not get mad, because we're the ones allowing it. We're the ones putting it out there. And, we're the ones putting it out there so for the world to watch. So we shouldn't have a single thing. Now, I know some people can get on there and talk rudely and stupid and leave stupid comments. I get that. I don't even say anything back to them. I just hit the like button. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. But I think a lot of people misunderstand me, and a lot of people always get mad at me, because when I say, hey, yes, I love all my subscribers, I love the people that's in my side chat watch, but I don't want to be put in a community. It doesn't mean anything about the people in the community. It's the word labeling, putting me in a label. I don't want to be labeled. I don't want to be in a category of people. I don't like that. I ain't never liked that. I want to be out there, So, and that's the thing. All right, American Uncensored, have a good one, buddy. That's the thing. I think we all want our videos to reach as far as they can. Our channels, I think, even if we can touch one person, like I said, if someone says, man, I've never been to Florida, but look, man, I got to watch that guy's video. He went to Florida, Daytona. I mean, look at all these places, and he's happy because he's getting to watch somebody that's went and filmed it, and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I think that's awesome. Looks like I'm dropping off because people got maybe mad. I don't know. That's okay. I've been going for almost 2 hours, anyways. It's about time to wrap it up. So, kid just came in from school, so I'm gonna get off here, and I've got to run to town and do some errands. So, hey, like I said, nothing personal to anybody that I love dearly. You know, you know who you are. All my supporters, thank you very much, John. Thank you. Make sure you go check out everybody in the side chat channels. Yeah, man. Maybe we'll leave it at that. You know, don't get. Here's the final thing I want to say. Don't limit yourself. Don't don't think you don't do something as good as somebody else, or you can't do something as good. You can do it. Trust me. And especially if it's somebody I've listened to, I know you can do it. Here's the thing, though. One last thing, and then I'm gonna go. Enjoy the little things, man. The little things. So, with that, thanks for showing up, everybody, and have a good evening. I wish you all blessings, and I pray you're all blessed. See you.
Just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, all my followers, everybody that's been watching the shorts, the videos, the live streams. And remember, we do have memberships now. So hit that join button, or we have super chats or super thanks. So I just want to say thank you for stopping by, checking my channel out. If you'd like to see this community grow, hit that join button. So until next time, stay in your lane or crash the damn thing.